Good day to you and your friends and family. Good day, good day, good day. I did a stream, I think, since Sunday. I'm about to smear my glasses. Uh, I've been working and feeling tired and coughing, but mostly feeling tired and working. Welcome to, gonna do a part 5 of Mass Effect Andromeda. Trying to get my stream here. If I can get it to pop up, there it is. Copy link. All right. Now posted on my excuse me, my Facebook. All right. Still recovering from COVID-19 and pneumonia. All right. I probably should be playing Cyberpunk, but I felt more into playing this today than anything else. Munching on some grapes, trying to eat healthy. I mean, one of the coolest games I have, Elite Dangerous. I should be playing that, but there's a bunch of... It'd be very boring, I mean, to watch me play it, because I'll probably go into a asteroid belt to mine, and the people... I can't remember the... Frontier? They like nerfed the amount of money you can make mining the I can't remember what the material's called that I was mining for last time I played. Oh yeah, we're on this jungle-like planet. I don't think I got too far after this and that snow planet. I can't remember much. It's been a few years since I played this. And something kept always pulling my attention away from this. Another game. And then I would forget about it. I would never go back and play it. Oh, the controller's almost dead. Oh, to swap controllers. Wow, look at that view. That's pretty. Let me swap controllers real quick. All right. Turn the other controller on. There we go. check the settings here. Ah! Sound effects off in the distance. That would have killed her, in reality. Impaled by a bee! Man.
Heading over.
I'm trying to remember the damn buttons here. There we go.
None of these readings show any change. How could there not be a change? Jar, what are you doing here, in the company of these people?
Kiran, this is Pathfinder Ryder, from a long way away.
Mm-hmm.
Ryder, Kiran Dowles, lead scientist at Dar Palev.
I just have to say, Havarl is beautiful.
The planet's beauty is the least of my current concerns.
Where's the rest of the team? Ryder has experience with Remnant. We might be able to help their investigations.
You haven't heard? While the team was exploring the monolith, something went terribly wrong. They were caught in some kind of remnant stasis field, frozen in place, unresponsive.
I know how to work remnant tech. I can help you.
Ryder has seen a vault and apparently reset it. Somehow.
Ocean of fish, one will have gems in its mouth. But if you think the alien can help, I'll set skepticism aside. The monolith is not far from here. See what you can do, but be careful. We don't know what triggered the stasis, and it may happen again.
She said ocean and a fish, or ocean of fish. One will have a gem in its mouth. Is that like a needle in a haystack kind of metaphor? Translated from Sheelish. An incredible find out in the field last week. A shuttle from before the Scourge surfaced down in the ravine. From afar, it looks like the crash site is remarkably preserved, especially to have withstood Havarl's elements. I know Kiran tasked me with studying the monolith, but maybe I could make my way down there and check it out. Just a peek. To see if there's anything for Avella. Havarl, Kiran. Good to hear that Ket haven't reached our research post. We're not so lucky here. They're practically swarming the old temples trying to dismantle the remnant tech. We're trying to fight them off, but even with the resistance reinforcements, there are just too many of them. Commander called the retreat. I know you had your eye on those temples, but there's nothing we can do. We're closing the area down. No one's going in, and nothing's coming out. Be careful, Kiran. It's a tough world out there. Garrett. Lou, thank you so much for bringing this to my attention. A crash site that well preserved. I'd give anything to see it. I'll see if I can send someone capable to check it out. It'll probably be well protected. And please make sure Tervar doesn't hear about it. I know he'll want to take a look himself, but he's not equipped to deal with the danger involved. I'd never forgive myself if he got injured trying to help. Stay safe over there. Wishing you sunny skies. I'm sure you heard about the attack on Site 7, the loss of Dr. Verishev. Verishev was a blown to the entire science community. Was a blow to the entire science community. And now many of Site 7's researchers are displaced and in need of a new post. Most will head to Aya for recovery, but some want to continue working here on Herval. I recommended your camp as suited transition point. I know researchers are thin, but your site is the only one that Ket haven't ignored. I don't want to put these people in danger so soon after they witnessed the death of their superior, and I'm sure you could use the help on your monolith project. Think it over and get your response tomorrow. And give me your response tomorrow. You're safe, right? I heard the Ket attacked the old city again. I know you're on the other side of the planet, but that's still too close. Between the wildlife and the remnant, Herval is a dangerous place. Molly and Nestar worry about you. I worry about you. Your work is important, I understand that. But promise your old mother that if the resistance tells you to evacuate, you'll listen. None of this knowledge is worth the risk nonsense. I mended too many of your broken bones when you were young. It's time you give me a break. This is your mother who misses you. Rochelle, I've attached the data gathered excuse me, from our efforts on Aya to map this scourge. We found a few irregularities during our research, dust mostly, but you may want to look into it. If the material isn't a match for any worlds in Helios, it would support your theory on colony worlds. This is all speculation, of course. You'll need to send someone out there to collect samples, but I figured it's worth a shot. If you're going to solve the mystery of our past, we need to work together. Stars guide you. Mariko. Let's see what Rochelle has to say here.
I heard the advisory that you'd be out here. It didn't prepare me to meet you.
The name's Ryder. I'm with the Andromeda Initiative.
They say you want to help us. I wonder what you're prepared to do.
Make you cookies. That's all I'm here for. Cookies and chocolate cake. I hope you like chocolate.
If it gets me on your good side, I'm in.
That's reassuring, assuming you mean well. My name is Rochelle Veer. I'm an archaeoastronomer. I study our ancient cultural records for stellar phenomena. I piece together lost knowledge of ages past. My goal is to find undiscovered colonies we lost contact with, potential allies against the Ket.
You think there might be Angara worlds you don't know about?
That's what I was trying to learn. Then this happened. I was away when the disaster struck. I thought my home was destroyed.
Oh
and all
no.
my research with it. But I just learned part of the building survived. I'm trying to recover my research data, but the wildlife won't let me near my old home.
These house guests, I assume they're of the hungry variety?
The structure has become a breeding ground for insects and predators. Too many to face alone.
Your work is too important to lose. Let's get it back.
I'll provide my home's location. Just recover my research materials from the computer. I'll remain in contact with you by comm. Thank you for this.
Went too far away. I gotta do these memories. I may try to do some of these later today off stream because it's mostly just me driving around and well, it is a part of the story. It unlocks a piece of the story of 600 years ago. Every time you unlock one, it unlocks like a small, maybe like a 10 to 30-second memory. I can't remember how long they are. They're not very long, but you get more and more of the backstory, everything leading up to them leaving to this Helios cluster before they left the Sol system. Ryan, do you follow NASA's stuff going on? I don't follow it too close. I just happened to catch some news of it the other day on YouTube where NASA's new drone, Perseverance, I think it's called, has landed on Mars the other day. Very cool. Seeing actual real pictures of another planet. And its mission is supposedly look for a new Earth. To try to look for a new Earth from that planet, I guess, with its cameras and telescopes or whatever, and other things. But to see pictures of another planet, whew, it is so cool to me, man. It's so amazing. Seeing pictures of that planet that's many, many miles away. I think it would take like 6 to 9 months or something for us to, right now with our current technology, to travel to Mars from Earth. But right now I think NASA and SpaceX are working on trying to avoid all the radiation from the sun going to Mars. It's pretty cool.
Transports available. Emergency support for cat attacks. All of them. Old Man Luge. What's he doing here? What?
Is everything all right? You seem distressed.
Would you like a reward for that astute observation?
Huh!
You're that alien visitor that came to Aya asking about our vault.
You've heard of me.
Who hasn't? When strange new species turn up, reports spread fast. After the Ket, can't be too careful. Luge Anson, historian with the Repository of History. Aya.
Luge.
Listen, if there's nothing you need, could you go away? I'm busy trying to get transport off this cursed planet.
Why did you come here from Aya?
Kieran's team found some remnant relics while digging around the old ruins. I was sent to collect them for the repository. It shouldn't have taken more than a day. But things never go according to schedule, do they?
Dropped a grape.
You mentioned remnant ruins. Are there lots of remnant here?
Yes. If you'd been out in the jungle, you might have seen some of it. We think the ruins were part of a vast remnant complex. We've seen evidence of hallways that wound through the area, both above and below the ground.
Huh.
Generations ago, our people took shelter in what we found here. That's how Pleth was established.
Were there no hostile remnant machines?
None, according to the histories. We found artifacts, of course. Bits of things that we could study. But they say it was like moving into an empty home.
You don't seem to like Havarl very much.
Haval's other regions suit me just fine. But here... oh no. I don't do well in this fierce wilderness. You think these shelters keep you safe? They don't. Woke up this morning and found a thorny vine wormed its way into my bunk.
Wow.
I'm stranded here because a branch pierced my shuttle's power core.
Wow.
I won't bother you further.
Very well. Watch out for plants while you're out there. Vicious things.
Established in the shadow of remnant buildings, Pilav was a center of trade and learning. Anyone who wished to observe working remnant monoliths was directed here. Deep within the tunnels of remnant ruins, we could hear the hum of mysterious machines, their purpose unknown, scribbled in the margins. Too dramatic? This is a history book, not a thriller. Note to self, mentioned that the entire Dar was overtaken by the jungle, with the only thing still standing being a small restored area that's used as a research outpost. Also mentioned the remnant areas were still told to avoid. Navoa Sabe by Tovum for Annalyn. Interesting. Yummy material. Man, I'd be at work right now if I hadn't called out, but I did not feel good this morning. Plus, my dog Jack woke me up at 2:10 this morning. He heard something, I guess. I already read all of this. I don't know, but after that, I couldn't go back to sleep. And, about an hour later, I decided to call my boss and say, hey, I ain't feeling good. I'm congested. I'm not going to be able to come in. And then, like, an hour and a half after that, she texts me and says, hey, I really don't have anybody to cover you. Can you please go to work? Of course, I didn't see that until I woke up this morning at like 11 o'clock or close to 11 o'clock today. I was tired. So, but it's not my,
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station.
Cool. If I don't feel good, I'm not going in. You know, it's her job to find somebody. Find somebody. Plus, I'm going to be putting in my 2 weeks notice at this job soon. Wow. There's enemies on the radar. All their bugs.
One less to worry about.
Pathfinder, this is Rochelle V. You're approaching the remains of my home.
I've detected multiple life forms in the area. Their movements appear agitated.
I think we stirred up a nest. Hostiles ahead!
Damn.
That's one dead. Our enemy is invincible.
I'm not sure what he was. Couldn't see what he was shooting at. I'd like to experience what it's like to be walking through a jungle out in the middle of nowhere, but at the same time, I don't. Because I don't want to get lost and be like stuck out there. I'll probably die out in the jungle. Just as much as I like to experience like being out in maybe the Sahara Desert. But I want to have a safe, be able to get home safely, you know?
Pathfinder, the computer system appears to be damaged.
Let's see if we can recover anything from it.
Pathfinder, the computer's data core is damaged beyond repair.
Wow.
Rochelle, it's Ryder. We're inside your old home, but your research data didn't survive.
All your effort and risk for nothing. I'm sorry.
I can't imagine what you're feeling right now.
Shouldn't have let myself hope.
You didn't have backups?
Of course, but they went down with the city's network memory center. That site is now buried underground.
Wow.
Even if you could find an access point on the surface, the odds of recovering anything are remote.
All I heard is, there's a chance. Let's go for it.
That didn't fully translate, but I know optimism when I hear it. I can point you in the general direction of where the network memory center used to be. You'll have to hunt for an exposed network node. I'll stand by. Thank you, Pathfinder.
Pathfinder, brought to you by Nissan. The job that I'm applying for is another security job. $2 more an hour, 12 hours a day, 4 days a week. Have 3 days off. It's 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. An extra $200. Well, it's bi-weekly, so it'll be an extra $400 on my check. But it's a very small company, so they don't have health insurance, they don't have direct deposit, they don't have vacation pay or anything like that. So it's going to be a temporary job. I don't plan on doing it for a very long time. But I need the extra money. I need to call my vehicle down here, the Nomad. I haven't seen Ryan on here in a while. He must be grounded again.
Pathfinder,
Hmm?
I've detected energy readings consistent with an active network node.
Is it on the surface?
We'll find out.
I mean, young man gets grounded a lot.
I could provide analysis via the scanner, Pathfinder.
He seems like a cool kid, Ryan, but he's definitely, a 12-year-old.
Watch out for Rokar and Garen fanatics that hate aliens.
Oh,
That means you.
oh, are you
Charming.
for serious?
Network connection is established.
I'm logging in. Searching. I found them. Research files downloading. And done. You did it.
And you were ready to give up.
I'll never let bad odds deter me again. If we recovered this data, we may be able to access everything lost in the disaster. I'll alert my colleagues. You've accomplished something amazing, Pathfinder.
Cool. Glad I was able to help. Argarian Gorilla Armor 2.
Don't know what caused that fire, but let's be careful.
Your butt. That's what caused the fire.
Don't stay here, visitor. It's not safe, and I can't be responsible for you. You should have warned me you were coming.
What are you doing here?
Making sure the fires don't get worse. I'm a surveyor and engineer from the station. I need to divert fuel from the pipes buried here. That'll cut off the flames eventually.
What caused these fires? Is there an emergency?
This dye used to be a much larger settlement. Wildlife overtook it. Destroyed above and below. Plant roots ruptured an underground fuel pipeline. A stray spark lit these fires.
I'll get going. Be careful.
You too, Ishari. That went well.
It's funny they give you an option of in the containers of what you want and what you don't want. Go to either Haval or Void. Follow the Pranchi in the Argarian resistant headquarters. Return to the Tempest. Okay. Okay, I guess I can't get my extract to Tempest. No, I don't want to go to the Tempest yet. I guess we're on foot for now. Unless we get able to get it further up. The next loadout point coming up here. Perhaps. Nope.
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station.
Oh. Moisture filters. Okie dokie. Maybe we can't have the Nomad out here. Huh. For some reason, I have an old Toyota jingle stuck in my head. Toyota commercial jingle. I don't know why. It's just like repeating in my head. I know you told me not to go near the ancient crash site that surfaced, but I had to give it a shot. You're right. Too difficult to get there. Remnant chased us off before we got halfway down the ravine. Hopefully you can get here yourself. You were always good at dodging those machines. Though I don't know how safe it'll be with those outsiders roaming around. The spiky ones. Have you heard them? Have you seen them? I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know how to feel about it. I wonder if that's a typo. I don't know how I feel about it. Or you. Or maybe it's not. I don't know how to. That's not how I would say that if I was to say, I don't know how. I would say, I don't know how I feel about it. Instead of to feel about it. I got off track. The point is, you were right. We're still studying the monolith, but I'll let you know if we find anything you can mention in the repository. Devar. It just seems like a strange way to say that. I don't know how to feel about it.
Okay to me.
Yeah? Yeah. I guess it's just me. I guess it's just me. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's Derek. Whatever his name is. Dang it! They killed it. They killed it before I could scan it. Mhm. The Angara call this Elishajan Gat, literally translated as moon-face death. This toxic, non-edible fungus contains a chemical compound that wreaks havoc on the Angarian nervous system. Probably not good for humans either.
If you get any fungal slime on your skin, I suggest you wash it off immediately.
Let's be careful around the native flora. Okay, everyone?
This planet's weird.
Ugh. The nullifier? Damn it. I wanted to scan that new remnant-like thing, but I'll have to try it again later when I run into another one. If I ain't careful, I'm gonna find me. You guys are gonna hear me singing a Toyota jingle from the '90s. Stuck
Found
in
them.
my.
The researchers caught in the stasis field. Exactly where Kieran said they would be.
Vital signs imply a relaxed state, much like sleep. Brainwave activity and metabolism are greatly slowed, but have not ceased entirely. Ugh.
Need more glyphs.
Wonder if I'd get anything on the scanner.
Alright. Checking my phone there. Oh, here's one.
You should now be able to interface, Pathfinder.
monitors and... Scatting stars. What? Who are you? How did...
Thanks isn't necessary. Just doing my job.
More aliens? Out of nowhere? And Zhao?
Do none of you remember getting frozen?
Frozen? I don't understand. We were just working on the monolith and then you appeared.
You should return to Palev. Kieran will want to speak to you.
Maybe you're right. Oh, I feel a head splitter coming on.
We should make sure they return to the station. Who knows what lingering effects they might suffer from.
Great.
This Sam of yours, in your head, how is it allowing you to interface with the Remnant?
Sam helps with analysis and translation, among other things. It's complicated.
The Darians sound like they're from Wakanda, like from South Africa. There's some nickel underneath me. Wow! Wow! Man, if I found a nickel every time I saw some nickel, I'd be a rich man. I thought that was a container earlier. Oh man, classification circuit. It's classified. It's a classified classification circuit. Wife and I were watching some Smallville earlier. We just got through watching the one at the end where Jonathan has a heart attack. It's going to be a sad day in Clark's life in the next episode. Losing his father. Man, I wasn't able to go to work day before yesterday. I got stuck in my own driveway. I had like a patch of ice that had formed underneath my tire. And Cindy and I got dressed and I was going to take her to work that day. Got dressed, made coffee, went out to the car. Well, I went out to the car like around 23 minutes prior and started it, let it run, get it warmed up. But then we went out there to leave. And didn't go anywhere. Wouldn't even move. Nisha, order. Lan, did you hear about the actress? What's her name? Not Cabal. The chick in Mandalorian getting fired for some political opinions that she shared on her social media tabs. Disney fired her. And now I think Pedro, the guy who plays the Mandalorian, is also thinking about quitting. But he signed on. He's also got another gig doing playing Joel in a new Last of Us television series on HBO Max. I'm excited about that, but a season 3 of Mandalorian might not happen, but it's still in discussion from what I've seen on YouTube and stuff. It's kind of crazy. I can't remember. I can't even remember how to pronounce their names. Ugh. Mandalorian cast.
The cast of The Mandalorian includes Pedro Pascal, and 28 others.
Yeah. Pedro Pascal and Gina Carano. Yeah, Gina got fired for her political opinions that she said on social media. And Jon Favreau was pretty pissed. He was trying to get her from getting fired. And Pedro Pascal, he might quit. They're all pretty pissed about it. It's so weird. It'd be like them getting fired for like their personal opinions of political things on social media, on their own personal social media tabs that they share with the world and their fans. It'd be like if I said something.
You don't feel any different?
It'd be like if I said my personal opinion on political things on my Facebook page, and then my job threatening to fire me or firing me for what I said. Like, what is it? It's not even your business, you know? I don't know. It's Hollywood weirdness, I guess.
I don't think so. Why? Do you?
My mind feels clouded, but I don't know if I'm just tired.
What do you mean, grey spiky aliens? Ket?
No, these were different. We were doing a survey of the area and saw them before the freeze.
You mean Turians? You saw Turians?
Why don't you and Torvar talk about that later? Right now, I want to thank you for saving my team.
You weren't lying. Kiran told us everything. She even had pictures.
I apologize for the indifferent welcome you received from me earlier.
After everything you've faced, I wouldn't have blamed you if you shot at me.
We're all glad that didn't happen.
Ryder, what you have done here, your remnant understanding and your Sam should convince Ephra you're an asset. We should speak to him as soon as we can. Perhaps on the Tempest?
Kieran, I've been thinking, if Ryder can use remnants, couldn't we fix the monoliths? Stop Haval's decline?
Havarl's decline?
This will take time to explain. We can discuss it further when you have time. And don't forget to talk to Torvar about those. What did you call them? Turians?
Call Evra from the Tempest meeting room. Oh, cool. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Alright, let's get back to the ship, I guess. Of course, you can't just get on the ship without leaving. Whoop, she slipped. Excuse me. Cough. I want to return to the Tempest, but I don't want to leave the planet. Ugh.
Leaving a Varl. Bridge is yours, Pathfinder.
Jal says Evra is waiting for your call, Pathfinder.
You have new email at your terminal, Pathfinder.
Star refugees. Cora. There's a report of Star refugees on Eos. They made it. Might know about their arc, too. Let's talk when you're free. Thank you. Thanks to that remnant storage box from the Eos vault, all I need is one particular piece of Ramtech to complete my project. My scanner located what I need on Voyage. If we have a chance, can we find it? Word is you have a successful mission on Eos. Well done. Want to come talk about it on camera, Carrie. May assist investigation and the Scourge. We can discuss it in person at the Nexus Labs. Remember to take your time for yourself too. Work's important, but so is your time to grieve. Grief and fear cannot rule you. Let them be your faithful servants, protective of the mistress. Law serves a huntress like fuel serves a fire, or serves fire. S. There's 12 leaves, verse 132. Cora. P.S. Plants are coming along. Sam and I are learning about botany together. Interesting times. Can still smell that remnant vault on my armor. A lot of weird shit down there. Like my huntress manuals would say, the razor's edge between known and unknown teaches you what can be cut away. Now I think back, it reminded me a little bit of some of the temples on Thessia. Same huge spaces and running water. Same sense of a huge purpose you can't really understand. Makes me wonder if we'll ever really know what their builders did there. I'm pleased to report the Tempest is operating at peak efficiency. So now that you're in command, I thought I'd like to share a few secret shipboard hacks. Sneak into the code just to send the code JCSB through your Omni tool to open the debug command menu. Give all dispense lets you use the coffee dispenser in the gallery unlimited number of times. Water temp overrides the normal hot water ration in the showers. Jump wash queue puts your clothing ahead if everyone else is in the auto laundry cycle. That's funny. Your crew has started a regular poker game to try to improve their skills and try to beat me. I bet it was PB's idea. They've even roped poor Jaw into it. So, I won't be needing a raise anytime soon. I believe they're going to be an infusion of funds coming my way. If I was one for emoticons, it'd be a good big goofy smiley face right here. If I was one for emoticons. I read that wrong. Ugh. Your doctor is one of the nosiest of sorry I've ever met. And that's just saying a lot. She needs to take it down 4 or 5 notches, or I won't be long. It won't be long for this show. I won't be long for this show. Which would be too bad, I think. Oh, never mind. PB. Proud to be here. Hey, Pathfinder, just hitting this point again. Our team, no place I'd rather be. Here's where we get to fix things. Soon, as we have people on the ground, I'll have eyes on how to get them what they need. This sort of just makes it happen. Just make it happen is why I joined Hus-T1 and exactly why I came here. We'll do it. Costa. Making contacts. I got a lot of email to catch up on. Liam. Heads up, first thing I did after figure out who to really talk to, because we all know, the ones in charge, they're not on the ground. Jaw had some pointers. I got to take some names from smaller Agarian colonies. It'll be a while before they trust us, but it's all about exposure. Saw it on the time and crisis response, especially post-combat zones. Low console Varand. If you see any messages from her, it's just me reaching out. Costa, you're the boss. These are older emails, Vetra. I thought I ought to clarify. I know I said something about back channels doing what I have to do, being on the Nexus during the bad times. A lot of us got used to a lot of ugly things, because survival just isn't that pretty. But in the end, I'm here to help you. So if there's anything you don't like, I won't do it. Simple as that, Vetra. Spirituality. That's from Suvi. Dear Rita, I'm so glad for our chat earlier. I've had to defend what I believe so often, I have to admit. I'm a little tired of it. Whenever I meet someone who feels the same or just understands, I really appreciate it. So thank you. Chief Lucan. This rock you found is certainly something. As far as I can tell, it's a remnant of a meteoroid that passed through the Scourge before falling into the void, infusing it with a similar charge. The presence of that Helios native metallic elements within the rock may have allowed for such a transfer. I'm unsure why the Adhere reacted to it the way they did. I've stored it in the lead line box. It unnerves me. That was that big meteor rock I found on that snow planet on my last stream, when all them animals were like attacking us. Drac. That's from Drac. Vetra told me what happened to your dad. I've lost a couple people over the years. Figured you could use some cheering up, or at least a distraction. This usually helps me. Drac has attached 37 images of various rifles and shotguns. 2 are duplicate images. Many are low res or watermarked. As part of overseeing the crew's physical and mental welfare, I thought I'd send along the following tips for a balanced diet. Given the large amount of exercise you partake in each day, it's important that your body receives the nutrients it needs. Carbohydrates, 5 to 11 servings a day. Fruits and vegetables, 4 or 5 servings a day. Protein, 3 servings a day. Fats, 1 serving or less a day. Lexi. God. In case you're interested, writer, Krogan, virility, and aggression. Attached is my Krogan thesis that I mentioned to you. I know, only 500 pages, but I wasn't allowed to go over. If you get through it, I wrote a longer dissertation for the Citadel Journal of Medicine, around 1,400 pages. That's much more insightful and includes mating diagrams. Lexi. Okay. Yoga poses. Ryder, given the amount of... my wife pretended to do yoga out of camera. Given the amount of high-impact cardio in your exercise routine, I recommend spending 5 to 10 minutes a day stretching to open your hips and relieve tightness in your lower back. The poses I've listed below should do nicely. Not to sound illicit, but while it's true humans invented yoga, the Asari perfected it. The curious bow, standing, spread your legs apart, turning one foot outwards. Take a deep breath. One exhale, bend your torso towards the outward facing foot until your hands meet your ankle. Hold for 5 seconds and then switch sides. Tavura's embrace. Lying on your back, bring your feet together until there is a diamond of negative space between your legs. Palms against the floor. Push your hips forward, but be careful not to overextend yourself. Matriarch's pose. Kneeling, take a deep breath. On exhale, bring both hands together to form a triangle. On the second inhale, swing arms overhead and bend forward until your torso is between your thighs. Hang on a second. Hold for 3 breaths, reaching farther with each exhale. Please let me know if you need diagrams or vids. I've heard privately from Evra, the leader of the resistance. He's very impressed that we were able to help our scientists on Havali, and I've made sure that he knows that you played a key role. Maybe he already said these things to you, but if I know of Evra, he probably hasn't. As for me, I've learned a lot about trust. Being on this team, letting myself be open into trusting you and the others, I've learned that trust is more of a feeling than a science. And it seems like it's a universal truth. Universal. Get it? I'll try to be even more trustful in the future. This assignment might change my life. Good night, Jaw. I could use your help with something Hanley's working on. I don't fully understand, so I'll let her explain it. She'll brief you when you get here. Come by when you get a minute. Got an idea I want to run by you. Might help everyone deal with the craziness around here. Hope it's okay that I'm keeping this data core in my room, the escape pod. I guess I just really like to ponder things before bed. The best ideas come to me while I'm half asleep. Also, I saw it first. Anyway, we know for sure it's got some sort of data in it. The trick is how to get at it. I'll keep you updated. Faithful reconstruction. I've completed my analysis of the injuries you suffered on Habitat 7 during the fall. Well, both falls, including the facial damage incurred when your helmet shattered. Those hairline subsurface fractures are mending nicely. If you want to monitor the healing process, there's a facial reconstruction suite installed in the Tempest Medbay. Exploring harsh environments can take its toll after all. The suite can make any desired adjustments to your appearance quickly and safely. Kalo claims the suite runs an antiquated Xeon. I think that's one of his little jokes. Man.
Still not playing with you.
I'll play.
Really? Gambling doesn't seem like your style.
Why? Because I have more degrees than you have fingers.
Shots fired. Alright, dog. You're on. One hell of a trip this is turning out to be. Hostiles, ruined worlds, no home in sight. Everyone's getting toasty. There was a 2-hour argument yesterday and no one even knew how it started.
That's not good.
Luckily, I have the perfect way for people to unwind. Movie night.
Taking a breather for a good movie? I could get behind that.
Best part is, it doesn't need to be good. Still get mileage out of the bad ones. It's worth it to jumpstart everyone's pioneer spirit and all that. The Tempest database is pretty dry. Could you download a movie library from Nexus Ops to see what I've got to work with?
5 time.
Thanks. Everyone will appreciate it.
Let's go do that real quick.
So, Joel.
So,
We haven't had a chance to talk alone. You comfortable in here?
I took it. It feels strange to stay with the others. They are... you are... aliens.
And you're alien to us, so there. We have something in common.
We can look at it as a place to start.
Got it.
Perhaps then, if we're all aliens, it's about what kind of alien we are.
You had no idea about us, but you signed up to help us anyway.
Perhaps it had nothing to do with you.
That all you've got? Now that I've proven you can trust me, I was hoping you'd feel more able to open up.
I have certain dissatisfactions that I'd like to leave behind. They're quite personal.
How do you know Moshe Sefa?
She's our greatest mind on the Remnant. I was his student.
You studied the Remnant too?
A little. I was terrible. I quit.
Oh.
Or she threw me out. One of those. We're still very close.
So, is that your rifle?
It is now. It's Ket. With my own modifications. I like to tinker, to get my hands on something and take it apart.
That's a skill I know we can use. But I have one request. Please don't take apart my ship.
Uh-huh.
You're right. I signed up. Volunteered for this. It's exciting. There's something unique about you. Uneasy, raw, but somehow profound.
Face value? That sounds like a compliment. A nice one.
It is. Angara feel deeply. We have more trouble hiding our emotions than showing them. I should get back to my work.
When we have downtime, I'd love to watch you work.
Sure. I could show everyone.
No. Just us. So we can get to know each other better, or just share a hobby.
Oh, of course.
Good. Good.
Oh, I thought that movie thing was in here. Came in here by accident. Oh well. Well.
Again. I'll lend you 30 if you pay me back by tomorrow.
Done. Thank you, Sumi.
Prepping VidCon communications.
Commander.
Pathfinder, Joel's been keeping me updated on your adventures, your good deeds on our behalf.
I meant them. I want you to know you can trust me.
You went out of your way to free that science team. A selfless act. But your true agenda is clear. To explore Aya's vault. Giles says you want to help find the Moshae. Why should I let you?
I'd like this to be the beginning of a strong relationship.
Make your promises, and little by little our bond might grow. We've managed to trace the Moshae to a special cat facility on Vold.
Why special?
These facilities are protected by a dynamic shield tech we haven't been able to crack. We're close, but its ability to adapt outstrips the speed of our current processors.
Pathfinder, adding my processor to their program would no doubt make the difference.
Ephra, I can help. Respectfully, this time you need my help.
Respectfully, the Angara don't need anything from you. We take care of our own.
What I meant was, let our scientists help with your program. Let my team join your effort. Let's up the chance for success. I'm offering. You should accept.
Very well. I'm not stupid, and I love the Moshae. You're welcome on the mission.
Thank you.
A team will meet you at our base on Vold. They'll take you to the Kett facility. Stay strong and clear. Goodbye.
Never did investigate the resilience. Resilience was the second attempt to settle EOS, but it was destroyed by the cat attack, and searching for clues about what the engineers were working on may yield more answers. I still got to speak to Tan on the first murder. I guess I forgot to do that. Man, that tingling sensation in my throat that makes you want to cough doesn't go away when you cough. It doesn't feel much better. Let's go talk to Cora. There she is. If I want to, I could change Sarah's face. Make her look completely different.
Did you hear the news from Eos? Asari refugees showed up at the outpost. Only a few, but that's better than none. Bradley says there's an officer in charge, Hidaria. She could know where the Ark is.
We'll head to Eos and see what she knows.
Good. Rumor says Sarissa Theris was on the Asari Ark. Exactly who we need.
Who's she?
Probably the best commando strategist alive. Her biotic shields saved hundreds at the Battle of Kirkus. Apparently, Sarissa's acting as bodyguard to the Asari Pathfinder. She's probably got a plan out of this mess already.
Well, someone's a fan.
No, I just like... Look, we need someone with her experience, that's all.
I'll take someone with that much experience. Another reason to find the Ark.
When you're ready to look, we can catch Hidaria at Prodromos. Wouldn't mind tagging along.
Oh, she's got one of those bug things in here. Ugh. Man. I'm glad bugs don't get that big in the real world, you know? I know they get pretty big in Australia, but... Oh, Jaws in there. That black looks good on the,
Though, sorry biotics are a few 100,000 years ahead.
Humans are catching up.
Humans back home, maybe. You skipped class for 600 years. Aya is a wonder, Ryder, and the Angara are so interesting. I hope we make it back. I want to delve and explore and who knows what else.
Just don't hurt diplomatic relations, okay?
Please, give me a little credit.
Thanks for chatting. We'll talk again later.
You know it.
It's funny how they all chit-chat while, on the comms, back and forth. Nose keeps itching. Oh, the kitchen. And no one's washed the dishes. God, for the love of Pete.
You know,
Dead is a nice the Angara have. Wouldn't mind seeing it again.
I wouldn't mind either. Maybe we can have something like that too. Someday.
We rescue that Moshai of theirs. Maybe they'll give us some tips.
We can talk more later.
Sure.
What if I could change Sarah's hair on that face thing in the med bay?
terraforming, Atmo processors, gravity wells, life-destroying murder bubbles. We really had no idea what Helios was about, did we?
If we knew what it was all about, it wouldn't be an adventure. It would just be moving, and everyone hates moving. Just the packing alone. Bleh.
Point taken. I'm just saying. I really hope you have a plan, Ryder.
The plan's the same. We find a home. Whatever that takes.
Keep that drive. Makes me believe we can make it. I mean, we have to make it. The alternative is not even worth thinking about.
You talked about your back channels. What did you mean?
We brought a lot from home. Some of it marked initiative, some of it in personal caches. Most things you want, someone's got. You just have to figure out who, and what they're willing to take in exchange.
That just sounds like you're taking advantage of people.
Is it? I get people what they want, and they do want, or they wouldn't pay.
Have anyone else here with you? Besides Sid?
No, just me and Sid. It's always been just the two of us.
No, I mean, someone special.
Special? Oh. You mean like... Oh. No, nothing like that. Who has time? What about you?
Like you said, who has time?
Eventually things will settle down a bit. Hopefully. Or we'll be dead. Anyway.
How did you hear of the Andromeda Initiative?
Short answer, Cash. She was looking for some experimental ship mods, and I knew how to track them down. I thought it was a one-time deal, but she came back. Once, twice.
Eventually, I figured out something was going on, something big with creds behind it. I asked and she told me about the initiative. New galaxy, new home. Couldn't pass that up.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
Sometimes I click on that big heart a little too soon. I don't want to romance the wrong person. But I'm not really interested in romancing anybody. Oh, here it is. Respec station. Oh. I don't want to do that. I want to... The face. I thought she said something about, like, changing the face from the damages from when she crashed on that first planet with all the lightning. You don't need an old man and a few hundred years your junior to tell you you're ready for this. I'll do it anyway because I know it's true. You keep your rider safe and I'll do the same with mine, Harry. Wow. Oh, here it is. Facial reconstruction suite. I've never played around with this before. Import character data. Oh. Well, have you been watching WandaVision? Assuming I watched the one today. Oh man, episode 7, I think. Ugh. Yeah, so good. Oh my god, we watched that about a couple hours ago. Oh, she's kind of cute. Freckles. I wish I could keep Sarah's face, original face, and just change the hair color.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's so good. Did you watch today's episode? Or yesterday's episode, I mean? Wanda, the episode 7? That's what I'm trying to say. Some of these customs are ugly. I like one, this Asian girl, she's cute. And 10's kind of cute, but, well.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I kind of did too. Well, it took a few episodes for us to, like, figuring out who she was. I was like, oh man. But I didn't know she was pulling all the strings like she was. Wow.
Yeah. Wasn't.
Yeah.
But I knew she was
Yeah, I did. I did too after like the second or third episode. I really didn't read much comic books about her or at all when I was a kid. I just kind of learned about her over the last uh, couple of months watching WandaVision and learning about Scarlet Witch's foes in the comic books. Wow. Some pretty ugly custom characters. Number 2 looks like a normal guy. He looks kind of bug-eyed. His eyeballs are about to pop out. He looks like a normal guy. He looks like he looks like almost like the guy that relieved me at my job, named James Harris. That comes in and relieves me at 3 o'clock. He looks like almost like the actor who played Joker in the Gotham show and the lead Star Wars protagonist character in that Star Wars game I played months back. I can't think of the guy's name. I like the default twin brother better. Okay, can't change Sarah's hair without changing the entire face. And I don't want to spend a whole lot of time trying to customize the character. You think we got the money to get Fazoli's tonight? I don't want to use all of it. I want to help it with this one go to our anniversary dinner next month. Yeah.
The discovery of Aya was just what we needed, Ryder. The Angaran scientists have been so generous in sharing their wisdom. It's been amazing.
At least one of the first contact situations went well.
Right? The Ket. Habitat 7.
Yeah.
I'm thankful the Angara were willing to risk working with us.
I'm afraid not all of them are quite so friendly.
Some give trust easily. From others, you have to earn it. I'm confident we'll get there.
When did you start believing in a god?
My parents were both scientists. My home was ruled by rationality. So when I became a teenager, let's just say that while other kids found Batarian music, I found God.
But your work as a scientist
convinced me even more, especially when I got into molecular biology, physics. The patterns I kept seeing over and over again, they were like an artist's watermarks. God, to me, is an artist, an inventor, not someone checking to see if I brush my teeth.
I should get back to things.
Sounds good.
Let's go talk to Kylo over here. Then we'll head to the Nexus, get the movie selection, and then go to EOS for Kara.
Sam's been compiling our star charts. The other pilots on the Nexus will have plenty of new trails to follow.
You can drop the charts off the next time we're there.
Funny. A few months ago, that station was like a war zone. Flying was my only way to escape the chaos. Now it's become a haven, just as it was meant to be.
Every good space station needs a big lake, maybe some fountains.
Indeed. Even non-amphibians need a little water. Regardless, the worst threat to the whole initiative is still that monstrosity.
You mean the Scourge?
I still see it crippling the Nexus in my memories. I had to train other pilots in hazardous flight techniques just to look for food and water. It's a cage that eats good ships and good people. Helios won't be home so long as it's a threat.
The Angara live with it, and so can we.
And if every one of our colonists was an ace pilot, I wouldn't be worried. If we could somehow neutralize it, or if our ships had defenses against it. Still, that's what we do, isn't it? Find a way where there is none. Just see the Nexus for proof of that.
Jabba. Delish. An hour and 41 minutes have been streaming. Wow. Don't feel like it. Never does. I'd like to get a model of the Tempest.
You saw what happened to Krogan.
Wow. Residents are still mourning the loss of Gene Garson. The initiative founder was killed when the Nexus hit the Scourge. An official tribute is planned through though director Duran Tan has provided few details so far. Without Gene, or I think that's how you say his name, Gene, or Jian, we wouldn't be here, he said. But now that we are here, we need to focus on surviving before we can celebrate. A lot of reading material.
Well, you're not getting it. Stop making frivolous requests.
It's not a frivolous request. Properly functioning air filters are at...
Frivolous. You'll just have to make do.
We can't fix the station breathing bad air.
Your incompetence isn't my problem. Just do your job.
What do you want?
Sounds like you're having a rough day.
You saw that, huh? Oh, I'm sorry I snapped at you. The way Spender treats me? Everyone, I'm just so angry. I don't understand how he's in any position of authority.
He was pretty abusive towards you. Is that normal?
Yes, he's horrible. Working with him is a total nightmare. Just last week, he tried to redirect some of the supplies we need to keep the stasis pods going.
Why?
I have no idea. But if Kesh hadn't stepped in and threatened to airlock him, it would have been a disaster. He's always like that. Making bad decisions, driving the Krogan away, treating people like scum when no one's watching.
Maybe there's something I can do.
A man like that's bound to have some dirt. I wish Tan and Addison could see it. Things have gotten so bad that Kesh had to literally kick him out of engineering.
Wow.
How literal are we talking here?
Boot to ass. Oh, it was glorious. We need him gone, but as incompetent as Spender is at his job,
Boot
he's
to ass.
insanely good at keeping it. Kesh can tell you more.
Well, we'll just have to have a little word with Kesh about that douchebag. Boot to ass. That's hilarious.
A worker was lost to space during repairs on the Nexus Hull. The victim's name has been withheld until next of kin in the Milky Way is notified. This is HNS.
This is HNS. I'm going to grab my sandwich that I was going to eat today for lunch at work real quick.
Civil disobedience has been reported in hydroponics. Security is investigating.
And try not to... Well, I'll probably mute myself while I'm chewing. My TMJ tends to make a lot of popping, and I don't really notice it, that it does so.
Attention, civil disobedience has been reported in
I need to eat that pizza, too. Be right back in there. Get my sandwich out of its container. Little sandwich container for lunches.
Maintenance crews, please report to the commons area.
Nice turkey sandwich with Miracle Whip and cheese. You start putting some mustard on it, honey. Yeah, I like mustard. Take a bite of it here in a moment.
Superintendent Kesh reminds everyone all power grid adjustments must be approved beforehand.
I'm sorry, Lana. They're just trying to boost our morale.
Huh.
Colonial Affairs, please advise Director Tan of your status.
Now let's go talk to Director Tan about the first murder. I'd forgotten about that. And then we'll head back. We might talk to Kesh about a douchebag before we head back to the Nexus.
Good to see you.
You too. You look great.
The human Pathfinder has died. Alec Ryder was killed after touching down on Habitat 7.
Must be great to see all your hard work on display.
Huh.
You've had a year to think about it.
It's the Scourge, Director Tan. Its origin defies all known explanation.
How? We brought all that equipment along.
And the Tempest's readings are helping, but we've just scratched the surface.
The history of the initiative cannot show that we were defeated by a space cloud.
Some things are bigger than we are.
I will not accept that excuse. This is science, and your merry band over there are scientists, aren't they? Figure it out.
Goodbye, Director.
Congratulations are in order. Peaceful contact with the Angara. It's everything the initiative stands for.
It was amazing. A culture we'd never met before, in a brand new galaxy. I was just glad to be part of it.
It's a moment to savor. In the Milky Way, first contact was a rare event. In the meantime, I am eager to forge diplomatic ties with the Angaran people. We need any allies we can get. Did you have some other business?
Director, I checked out that murder. Nilkin didn't do it, but there's proof that he meant to.
This is unfortunate. We're trying to give the people a sense of stability, leadership they think they can count on. And we're setting precedent for justice here in Andromeda. Now this, a convicted murderer who didn't commit the murder.
I hear you. It sucks when things aren't black and white.
Are they ever? If we suppress the evidence and uphold the conviction, we're banishing a man for a crime he technically didn't commit. If we throw the conviction out, we're freeing a man who tried to take matters into his own hands, then covered it up. Your investigation complicated this. You should take responsibility for the outcome. Do we still exile him for murder?
Wow. That's a big decision. Should we exile him for attempting to kill his best friend? But he missed. He pulled the trigger. Try to aim it toward his best friend. That's attempted murder right there, basically. Even though his friend got killed by the cat. He did attempt to kill him. So that's attempted murder. It's either release him or exile him. He did attempt to kill him. His best friend. So, yeah.
He intended to kill the chief. He pulled the trigger, believed he'd done it. Banish him.
Agreed. Sometimes we must rule with our hearts. I hope my conscience will be as clear as yours seems to be. Well, at least we'll have this sordid business behind us.
All right.
Superintendent Cash reminds everyone all power grid adjustments must be approved beforehand.
Guess this is your place now. Everything we achieve will be seen here.
Superintendent Cash reminds everyone all power grid adjustments must be approved beforehand.
Where's that? There we go. Let's go talk to Kesh. Microphone wasn't muted.
A violent illness related to cherry-like fruit brought back. Any logistics updates are due within the hour.
This guy's taking his job a bit too seriously.
For news in Helios, an independent arm of the Andromeda.
Man, the other day, honey, when I got that pizza, I had my hands full with the pizza and the toilet paper I picked up. I dropped the pizza. I had my hands full, so I had to kneel down.
Pathfinder, thanks for helping Raj and Zar.
I had to kneel down to grab the pizza. It took every amount of strength that I had to stand back up. My legs are still so weak. I barely was able to stand back up, man. I was like, I had to really push to stand back up. I almost didn't make it. I was like, man. But my legs don't hurt as bad as they did that first week I was at work. Yeah, but man, it was rough. Hang on a second. All right, I'm back. That was my boss calling me, asking if I could work first shift tomorrow to make up for it today. I told her no. My wife and I are doing taxes tomorrow.
Kandara Port can swallow him whole for all I care. Dell told me you saw her arguing with Spender. Hijack's doing his best to throttle my department.
How's he getting away with that?
Spender doesn't know the first thing about engineering, but he knows how to play people. More importantly, he still talks to the exiles. I'm sure of it. I just can't prove it without your help.
This needs to be investigated.
I'm glad someone thinks so. Talk to Kandros. He likely has security footage, some kind of evidence. But you'll have to convince him to authorize release.
Nothing more for now.
Try not to die out there.
That's always the plan.
Any logistics updates are due within the hour.
I was surprised she didn't try to argue with me. Try to convince me into going to work tomorrow. I guess she got someone that works tomorrow to come in today.
Got it, boss. I'll send the usual warning to the bar.
I didn't mean to click on that. Now it's giving me tips. I don't want them.
Apex team leaders report.
Ryder, we exiled the prisoner Nilkin. Tough decision based on what you uncovered on Eos. His wife, Mariette, insisted on going with him.
It's hard to let go of someone you love.
So it seems. It'll be a tough life out there for her. For them.
I was told I should talk to you about the mutiny.
I wasn't on the Nexus when it happened. I started reading up on it, but you know how things get around here.
Do you know where Spender was during that time?
Why Spender? What, think he might have had something to do with the mutiny?
Maybe. Just trying to sort things out.
You know, the logs I did look through showed a few discrepancies. I meant to dig deeper. If you're investigating, how about I give you access to the security vid archives?
Thank you.
Anything else?
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
You know, to playing games like this and other science fictional shows and movies, I don't even call videos anymore. I'll say, hey, did you check out my vid the other day? I don't even say video anymore. I say vid. I was like, that's a lot cooler how to say that. It's a lot cooler word than video. Just, hey, check out my vid. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Huh. This file won't play. Sam, can you boost the quality?
Processing. Playback initiated.
Wait. Is he handing something over to one of the mutineers?
Take this. It'll help the armory. Don't.
I am sorry, Pathfinder. This backup file is corrupted. The audio tracks are heavily degraded. Someone may have deleted the original, and this version was restored during a system-wide reset.
How convenient.
Sounds like a cover-up to me.
I concur. While I cannot restore any more audio, the location appears to be Kadara.
How do you figure?
In common parlance, lip reading. I do not recognize the location from any current data. It appears mountainous and populated. We will need to find the planet before I can confirm. I will contact you via my node.
Let's go confront Spender.
All right. Let's do this. I'm going to stop the stream for the day.
Pathfinder, do you have just a minute? Hi. The documentary's going great. Your comments really got people talking. Director Tan loved the first broadcast. Sent a contribution for your expenses.
Thanks.
Let's get to the juicy stuff. Scientists are excited about your new outpost, though there are questions about how prodromos can survive where Sites 1 and 2 failed.
My team and I surveyed EOS thoroughly and even stopped the storms. The rest is up to the outpost, but the old threats are gone.
Hopefully they can handle any new ones. Facing those risks must be stressful. How do you relax between missions?
My crew and I take downtime together. We're a team.
This is history too, these little moments between. Shots of this remnant tech, some narration, that completes an episode. Thanks for stopping. But footage of that remnant vault is sealed.
The Ryder, is it? William Spender. Apologies if we met before. I meet a lot of people running colonial affairs.
Running colonial affairs? I thought you were the assistant director.
That's right. Assistant to Addison. So we know who does all the real work.
From what I've heard, your hands are pretty dirty. I saw the footage. You were handing something off.
What footage? From Gavorkum? Routine business meeting. Whoever you're talking to clearly has an axe to grind. And frankly, a Pathfinder shouldn't be wasting time on a witch hunt. You'd be wise to let this be.
Uh-huh. He sounds like a smartass. I know, because I can be one myself. All right. Well, I didn't mean to go to this. Let's see, 4 points. Where to place them, I do not know. Hmm. Wow, 18 points. Cool. Oh yeah, I meant to select the journal. Let's go visit her brother in the cryo bay, and then we'll stop the stream. I'd play this all day if I could. But I gotta be fair to my wife behind me. She can't hear any of the stuff going on. Habitation deck, cryo bay.
Top scientists have few answers, as the dark energy anomaly known as the Scourge limits travel and communication in the cluster. This is HNS.
Once we gather a few more colonists, we'll be taking you over to the Nexus. You'll need to clear your nose.
This is not good. I'll make it right, Dash. I promise.
Harry, what's happening with Scott?
Well, we got him out of the pod. I don't want to get your hopes up, but Sam managed to, find him, you might say.
I don't follow.
Well, he's still in a coma, but he also has an implant like yours, and Sam managed to access it. He's made contact.
That's incredible. He's okay?
Vitals are steady, but I'm letting Sam take the lead on this one.
Though in a coma, Scott's mental processes remain intact.
So is he okay?
You can ask him yourself. A moment while I establish a link with his implant.
Cool.
Proceed.
Scott? Can you hear me?
Is that you, Sarah? I don't understand. What's happening?
There was a problem with your stasis pod. You're in a coma on the Hyperion. Do you understand?
Wow, really? How are we talking?
Sam linked into your implant, but they say you're stable. You're safe and sound in the medbay.
Guess I'll take your word for it. I can't feel anything, but I still hear you. Is Dad okay?
I'm not sure how to say this, but he's dead, Scott.
What?
There was an accident.
What do you... Accident? How? I mean, Dad...
I know. It was all very sudden. Nothing anyone could do.
I don't believe it.
I'm sure he'd want to be here now.
Did we at least find home? Dad kept talking about how amazing it would be.
There's been some complications. The Golden Worlds didn't exactly deliver.
I don't understand. I thought...
Scott?
This is all wrong. This is a nightmare.
Scott, it's okay. I didn't mean to.
His pulse rate is increasing rapidly.
I don't feel well.
That's enough for now. He needs to rest.
I figured to tell him the truth instead of lie to him.
Scott.
That was Nolan North. That's doing the voice of her brother. I'm sure you recognize that voice, Land. He's done the voice of Nathan Drake in Uncharted and a whole bunch of other games that I've played over the last year or two that you've been watching me stream. Where are we going now? Habitation deck. Need to text my mom and see how Dad's enjoying the PS4. I haven't heard anything about it since I was down there hooking it up for him a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Pathfinder, Captain Dunn said to seal your father's cabin from anyone but you. It's open now.
There's a member trigger.
Sam? What was that?
An eidetic trigger, related to your father, and the portions of my memory array he locked.
What triggered it?
Alec tied it to your progression as Pathfinder, not to a location. Puzzling as it may be, my programming is clear. Locating more of these triggers will unlock the memories. One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam Node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
The coffee machine Mom got for Dad. He was so busy designing you. Needed the caffeine.
I did not realize I owed my existence to a bean.
Mm-hmm.
And now you know what humility feels like.
Ah!
Printed books.
Reproductions of Lewis and Clark's journals, detailing their expedition in the 19th century.
Explains Dad's interest. They were Pathfinders too.
Your father's first sidearm, a memento of his early Alliance service.
I bet that saw plenty of action.
Alec's first kill occurred in combat during the First Contact War.
Back when Turians were the enemy. Crazy times.
I meant to come in here a lot sooner.
What's on here, Sam?
Your father's personal logs. Several of them are encrypted.
The day is finally here. We're pushing off from Earth. Long trip across dark space. It's daunting thinking about all the hopes and dreams aboard the Hyperion. I certainly have my own. I wasn't the husband or father I should have been. Here's hoping 600 years can change a man.
Dr. Liara Tassani. She is a character on the first 3 Mass Effect games. The Mass Effect trilogy. She's also a part of the team with Commander Shepard.
Sam, this is a reminder about Dr. Liara Tassoni. She's an Asari archaeologist I corresponded with a few years back. She's got experience studying ancient cultures. Make sure the team gets her research. Could be useful in Andromeda.
Liara Tassoni, huh? She studied the Protheans. When my team used to dig up artifacts, we'd debate her work. She had some pretty controversial theories, as I recall. Never gained much traction.
I have loaded Dr. Tassoni's research onto datapads.
Hello, Alec. This is Dr. Tassoni.
Yes!
I'm flattered you contacted me. Most scientists dismiss my work, but I'm young and Asari, and they are getting older. So we will see who has the final word. In the meantime, I'm happy to pass along my research. I hope your team finds it useful.
That's Dr. Tassoni. The Protheans are actually a race that came before humans and all the other races and got killed off centuries and centuries and centuries ago.
Hello, Alec. I received your message. I must say the thought of exploring another galaxy has my head spinning. I am honestly not sure how people could survive a trip like that. And anyway, I could not bear to leave the Milky Way behind. There is so much about the Protheans I still hope to learn here. So much potential wisdom to tap. I wish you much good luck and future success.
Dunn's agreed to a scouting mission on Habitat 7. I'm gearing up now. I'm worried about Scott. Dr. Tapero says he'll be fine, but he's my son. How can I not worry? I hate to leave him like this. It's these moments when you wish you told your children you love them more often. Or ever. Which brings me to the tough part. Kids, if anything happens to me, there are things you're gonna find out. I hope you'll understand.
That log is not currently accessible. Unlocking my memory array may enable it.
Come back to it later. Later in the game. Let's go in here real quick. Let's view this memory that I've unlocked.
Ryder, the blocks your father placed on my array are opening. I can now recall specific memories, which Alec wanted you to see.
Wait, I can actually see his memories?
Yes, you will experience them via your implant.
Okay, something new every day. Let's see it.
This memory is from the time when your father was posted on the Citadel.
Alec, your recommendations will never fly. Artificial intelligence?
It's our best option.
If the Council gets wind of this, it'll set humanity standing back decades. You're overreaching.
Ambassador Goyle, I'm the military attaché on the Citadel. My mandate is clear. Find an edge for Earth.
And AI is your answer?
We need to catch up. The Asari, the Solarians, they're centuries ahead of us.
But it's illegal.
Their rules, not ours. Why deny Earth an advantage?
Define this advantage.
It will set us free. We're prisoners of our own five senses. There's a reality greater than ours that we can't perceive, but an AI can.
How?
By augmenting our own abilities and adding a few new ones.
Well, none of that stopped those Geth from revolting.
Because they were separate from their creators. But AIs and humans interface directly, experiencing the world together, benefits both. There's no creator to revolt against.
I'm sorry, Alec. We can't take the risk. I appreciate your work, but your request will be denied.
Alec?
Ellen, what did the doctor say?
He told me to appreciate the time I have left. There's no cure, Alec. It's terminal.
Not on my watch.
Wow, hearing Mom again. I never knew that's how Dad found out.
Alec was a stubborn man.
I would hope so. Mom's life was worth fighting for.
It would seem his obstinance extended to me as well.
Nobody wanted to listen. The idea of you scared people too much. After this, Dad moved us back to Earth to care for Mom. Wonder why he wanted me to see this.
Perhaps it was the beginning.
Of what?
Unknown. Private audio logs are now available in your father's quarters. I detect additional memories, but they are currently locked. They may yet hold answers.
Okay, I'll keep working on it. Do you know anything more about Scott's condition?
I monitor Dr. Carlisle's reports. He is providing Scott with the very best care possible. I'm afraid there is nothing more to be done at this time.
What more can you tell me about my implant?
The implant itself provides me with direct access to your senses. I can see, hear, and experience the same stimuli you do while in the field. This raw data enables me to provide real-time feedback and analysis of the situation.
Then Dad added the secret sauce.
He removed the restrictions on my access to Pathfinder physiology.
Uh-huh. Just promise you won't fry my brain or anything?
Trust is an important concept in any relationship. Alec taught me that. I will not fry your brain. It would end badly for both of us.
Me more than you. I take it you're based here in Samnode?
Correct. This is where my core processing unit resides. However, using quantum entanglement communication, I remain in constant touch with you and the Pathfinder mission team, even over great distances.
What are your capabilities?
Each arc houses a SAM, Simulated Adaptive Matrix. Each is an artificial intelligence designed by Alec Ryder to support Pathfinders and their teams.
But AI is illegal in the Milky Way. How did my dad get around that?
Exceptions were made. The initiative deemed his research vital to the mission. Our design was conducted in secret.
So there are other SAMs out there?
Correct. However, your father continued to modify my own routines until the Hyperion's departure. I am the most advanced SAM in the initiative.
Wow.
What did he mean by a symbiotic relationship?
Symbiosis is a mutually beneficial relationship between two life forms. A flower provides nectar to a bee, who in turn provides pollen for the flower. The bee gains nourishment, and the flower can propagate. In similar fashion, my own evolution was shaped by your father's experiences, and will now expand with yours. In return, I provide you with capabilities and analysis beyond normal human faculties. We each benefit.
That's all for now.
Of course.
All right. Next time I get on, we'll be heading to Eos to talk to those Asari people that showed up on the planet. I can find my way out of here. Well, I don't see the quest to talk to those Asari, but I went the wrong way. head back to the docking bay.
Alec Ryder was killed after touching down on Habitat 7 in the Erickson system. Ryder's daughter has reportedly replaced him as Pathfinder, taking command of the Tempest and the ongoing search for a home in Andromeda. This is HNS.
This is HNS.
I can't wait to be assigned to an outpost. This place is amazing.
I like how they have an artificial sky on the Nexus to replicate a sunny day.
Giles said he wanted to see you.
Did he now?
Pythias system, home of Eos and Prodromos.
Gonna land on the planet. Ah.
Descent is green.
Coordinating. Path is calm.
Meant to select Cora before landing, or choosing the loadout. Okay, that was
Back
weird.
where we really started. What's new on our first home?
The Kett still maintain a presence. Skirmishes are frequent, and travel requires caution.
They never learn. What else?
The atmosphere continues to clear, but radioactive hazards pool in some areas. Study is ongoing. And remnants remain active on the surface, but also as detected by seismic readings.
Point of contact for all this?
Your people, Pathfinder. Prodromos is expanding, with all the trials and discovery that building an outpost represents.
Grounded in research.
All data about newly accessible Eos is from their work.
Well, let's make sure it gets the attention it deserves.
Here we are. Ah, crap. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm going to get on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., hopefully, and do a couple hours of Cyberpunk, and then a couple hours of this. Then my wife and I are going to go do our taxes tomorrow. Fun stuff. You guys have a great rest of your day, good weekend, and talk to y'all next time.